Names, 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 and it's always an issue. Names. Some names are very tricky, dear viewers, but as I promised, I have now to cover for you the pronunciation of some of the tricky names. The tricky names, I have to cover them for you. Remember, I'm Willice Ochieng talking to you from Kenya, and it's a matter of now learning how to pronounce tricky names. Are you ready? Great. Now, I have to explore certain names that have either letters or letter sequences which are pronounced the same way. And that takes us to this list. Now, this list, if you take a look at it, the first A in the names takes the sounding A, not A. You say ABEL, ABEL, not ABEL, ABEL, or you can say ABEL, but not ABEL. Secondly, you say Abraham, Abraham, not Abraham. Then the third one, you say Ada, Ada. Many people innocently say Ada because of the spelling of what our eyes see. But that is not the way to pronounce that name or this name. You say Ada, A-D-A, Ada. Then the next one, you say ADRIAN, ADRIAN, not ADRIAN. Then you go to AMOS, AMOS, not AMOS. Then lastly, you say Amy for A-M-Y. The name A-M-Y, you say Amy. That is the pronunciation of that name. They're fairly tricky. Now, let's move to the next group that I have collected for you. It's the group that begins with A-U. A-U, or inside the name you have that letter sequence A-U, which functions as a digraph, and a digraph is a combination of two letters representing one sound. Now, let's take a look at these ones. The first one, you say AUDREY, AUDREY, not AUDREY, AUDREY. AUDREY, no. AUDREY, no. You say AUDREY. That is the pronunciation. Then the next one, you say AUGUSTINE, AUGUSTINE. Not Augustine, not Augustine. Oh, Augustine. That is the pronunciation. Then the one that follows, you say Augustus, Augustus, not Augustus. And please remember the A and U combine to represent the long sound O. Augustine, Augustine, Augustus. Clear? Now the next name has L, A-U-R-A. Don't say Laura. Laura, very common but inaccurate. You say Laura, Laura. That is the pronunciation of that name or this name. Now, finally, you say Maurice, Maurice. Don't say Maurice. Maurice, no. Maurice. Clear? Great. Now, let's move to the next list that I have for you, where we have letter H. Many people, when we have H after T, we think of the voiced sound the or the unvoiced sound th. So we treat them as a digraph, but that is not the case in these names. Clear? Great. Do we say Esther? No. Do we say Esther? No. You simply say Esther, Esther. So that H is not significant in that name. Esther, not Esther, not Esther. Clear? Great. Now, the next one. A-N-T-H-O-N-Y. That name is not pronounced as Anthony. Anthony, no. You say Anthony, Anthony. So H is not significant in that name too. The next one, you say Thomas, Thomas. I know many people would be surprised about this name because in many continents or in many parts of the world, people believe it is pronounced Thomas, Thomas, which is not the case. You say Thomas. Thomas, because H is not significant in this name. Now, the next one, you also say Thompson. Thompson, not Thompson. Thompson, no. Thompson. Clear? Now, lastly, you say Teresa or Teresa. Teresa, Teresa, not Teresa, Teresa, and all that. Teresa or Teresa. Remember, in Spain, you can also say Teresa. Teresa. Clear? Good. Now, let's move to the next group. And that has the letter sequence I, that is IA, taking the sounding Aya. Aya. You get it clearly? Tricky. Let's take a look at those names, or the names that I have for you right here. The first one. You don't say Isaiah. Isaiah, no. You say Isaiah. Isaiah. The next one, you say Josiah. Josiah, not Josiah. Josiah, no. Josiah. That is the pronunciation. Then, the next one, dear viewer, you say Nehemiah. Nehemiah. Don't say Nehemiah. Nehemiah, no. Nehemiah or Nehemiah. That is the way to handle that name. Clear? Good. Now, the next one you say Jeremiah. Jeremiah, not Jeremiah. Jeremiah, no. You say Jeremiah. Then the next one, you say Hezekiah. Hezekiah. Hezi or Heze. Hezekiah. Avoid Hezekiah. Hezekiah, no. Hezekiah or Hezekiah. Then lastly, you say Zedekiah. Zedekiah or Zedekiah. But don't say Zedekiah. Zedekiah, no. Zedekiah or Zedekiah. Kaya. So, that triphthong, the glide on 3 vowel sounds, very important or important in these names when it comes to sounding. So, as I've said, you say Isaiah, Josiah, Nehemiah or Nehemiah, Jeremiah or Jeremiah, Hezekiah or Hezekiah, and lastly, Zedekiah or Zedekiah. Clear? Cool. Now, let's move to the next group, and the next group is about names with variant spellings, different forms of spellings, but please, the pronunciation is the same. Clear? Now, let's take a look at these names. We begin with the first one. Augustine. Austin. Austin. You say Austin. And when you have an E after N, you also say Austin. Don't say Austin. Austin, A-U-S-T-I-N, and you also say Austin for A-U-S-T-I-N-E. Clear? Great. The next one. Brian. You say Brian for both of them. B-R-I-A-N, Brian. B-R-Y-A-N. Brian. Clear? Good. Now we move on. We have Anthony. You say Anthony for A-N-T-H-O-N-Y. Anthony. And you also say Anthony for A-N-T-O-N-Y. Variant spellings, same pronunciation. Clear? Great. Now, let's move to the last one. W-I-L-L-I-S. Willice. But when you have W-I-L-L-I-C-E, which happens to be the spelling of my first name, you also say Willice. Willice. Clear? Variant spellings, same pronunciation. Now, that is all that I had for you for that part. But remember, I have the next one, that is the next video, where I have around, in fact, over 30 names which are tricky, and I'll demystify them. I'll make them easier for you to understand or to know how to pronounce them. So, in the next video, don't forget also to view, share, like, and you subscribe to support our initiative on this journey. Clear, dear viewers? Great, but remember, if you want to do me an email, maybe there is an email you want to do, or you want even maybe to reach me. If you want to reach me using that text message or the short message, just use +254 727 029 159. I repeat, +254 727 029 159. Or you can also do an email, but let me display this one for you to find it easier. You can do an email, that is williceochieng28@gmail.com. williceochieng28@gmail.com. You just send me any message. Maybe you have a tricky word you want to share with other people in any part of the world. You can do an email and I'll get it. Alternatively, you can send me a short message to +254 727 029 159. Clear? You know, viewers, learning is a something. Learning is always great, and ours on this platform is to learn like brothers and sisters, because wherever you are, in any part of the world, pronunciations and other matters about English can be a bit tricky, but we have to learn to know them like brothers and sisters, because nobody, not even Willice, is spotless or perfect in this world. We are all human beings, but we have just to share accurate information so that we get them right. Is that not so? Great. Otherwise, it's my time now to tell you, don't miss the next video, because over 30 names, tricky names, I have a collection for you. So, for now, let me tell you, bye.